Right, like I said yesterday, and I'm doing this yesterday actually, so I'm doing this for you because I'm on my way to cases. The song is free to do what I want any old time. Freedom. Pisces, sacrifice. Third house of communication and Mercury, communication. I've got to keep saying thank you to Elaine because she helps join the dots because I haven't been able to get on the chart, current chart or my birth chart because my phone being decay. So thanks Elaine, just keep it coming. I'm going to, whenever I can get on the phone, I'm going to post it on the post. So check out what she says in the comments because it's really important. It joins the dots of things that you might be unaware of. So free to do what I want any old time. Not many people can say that. There's one. Today's card is the Tower, so we need it to be in the reverse because you don't want to build ivory towers for yourselves that become prisons. You want to be able to destroy and rebuild whenever you feel like it. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to destroy it and start again. Life's too short. Don't waste energy on something that's not giving anything back. Here we go. Let's have a look. Neptune in Pisces caused all the problems 2011. I think Elaine said we're going back into it to revisit something. So it may be something over a decade ago. Let's see. 16. The Tower. We've cut on Gemini, so Gemini is very important. Communications, siblings, children, thoughts, words, manifesting. Manifesting your own reality. Free to think and feel. There's the Tower in its own cut. So freedom. Last pile, so it's going to take a while to free yourself, it seems, because you're still building those ivory towers and they will become your prison. So, arguments, accidents, losses within the home, things being brushed under the carpet, walking around on eggshells, trying to keep the peace. 16. So energy is negative and someone refusing to be open to the new. Apathy, boredom, somebody concerned about financial success, and there may be financial success, but it's like I said, it builds ivory towers that become your prison. Leo energy, a demanding female, but it's very successful. 14 again, learning some hard lessons. Sagittarius, the name Iris, the rainbows again. Patience, coming out stronger on the other side after learning some very hard lessons. Hips and thigh issues. Carrying a heavy burden that may not be yours. And there's that chap again from yesterday, but now he's a friend again. So he's a bit of a flip-flopper, that one, isn't he? Capricorn, ambition, William, Bill, Sweet William, the flowers, the watermelon man. And we've got pairs there now, where they've come from. A man in uniform, somebody with a dark complexion, older man, secure in business, etc. Not walking away, sticking at something, but it's causing a heavy burden because you won't walk away. Maybe because of children, maybe because of your inner child, the indoctrination, the way you was brought up to believe something, but staying in something that's miserable. So 14 though is positive energy. Major arcana, it trumps everything else. It's about knowledge gain, so you will find something out. It's about universities, about study, it's about balance, work-life balance, patience. Sagittarius. And the number 14, whether you live at that number, born on that date, date of a passing, it's an important number. It'll be even the table number that you sit at for lunch, the bus you get to work. 14. Maybe on your number plate of your car. Yeah, you're being watched. Monkey see, monkey do, especially if it's a child. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, we've got Gemini in the dice. A younger, immature energy. Somebody is watching. So your behaviour will be repeated. So if you're walking around on eggshells and your kids can see that, then they see that as normal. So they then will be stuck in the same situation you are by ever pleasing other people. This is needing to get clear. They may see that they don't want that life and that they go for something else. They could voice that opinion. So it will always be blunt, but it will be true. So the truth will set you free. Yeah, now, again, we've got the opposite of yesterday. Somebody's decided, actually, I'm going to accept that invitation. I am going to have a reunion. I am going to celebrate 3 months. May the 1st could be important, but it's the norms, the past, present and future. Again, somebody's not walking away. Lily, forget-me-nots, Daisy, somebody's stuck in the misery. 8 months. And it's caused a bond to break. Yeah, because nothing can grow in barren land if you're not feeding it, if you're not nurturing it, you're not looking after it. Arguments, especially with a woman, mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children, Taurus, Venus, abundance, but this is terminations of contracts, friendships, pregnancies. It's because it's not worth it. It's dead. It's done. There's no growth there. But above all, it's the arguments. 3 and 30, mother energy. Yeah, it's time to free yourself. That's the independence card. July the 4th, 5th. July the 4th, isn't it? Total independence within or without of a relationship or situation. It is standing on your own 2 feet, making a living for yourself. Yeah. Number 10, again, a run of bad luck. Something keeps turning, it keeps changing. Somebody's flip-flopping from one day to the next. Can't make up the mind. The name Cooper could be important. There's poppies, there's military, there's agriculture. Yeah, because of apathy. Somebody not open to receive. That's what we've got there. They're just hoping it'll all blow over, walking around on eggshells, hoping this will go away. And I don't think it's going to. Not while you stagnate. Yeah. Dragging things up from the past. The past is over. The future's not promised. We have to live in the now. So maybe you blame yourself for something that happened in the past. Whatever it is, it needs to be a change of mindset, because 5's are changes. You have to stop crying over spilt milk. Yeah, end this toxic situation, free yourself, break the shackles. 15, absolutely beautiful. Capricorn energy, release. Stop selling your soul for shiny baubles. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Life's not a competition. Break the shackles. Yeah, heal from the heartache, the sorrow, the loss and separation. They can no longer put obstacles in your way. The heart, minor surgery, healing from the pain and moving on. Yes, brilliant. Travelling across water, perhaps 6 weeks. So that lady from yesterday. The joint resources. So if you're in any sort of partnership with anyone, that is liable to end. Especially financially and probably intimately. It's not happening because somebody's drained. Yeah, there he is again. So he's flip-flopping again. 1 minute he's all secure and he's on top of the game and he's got plenty of money, and the next minute he's lost everything. He doesn't know where he's going, he's got no ambition, he's bored. So what's that about? The dragon. And again though, the 14, these are hard lessons to learn, Sagittarius, but we will come out stronger on the other side. We have rapids to go through, and they've put us through this black Swiss forge like a piece of steel, battered and battered and battered, and come out like the shiny sword of Excalibur. So learning some hard life lessons, university study maybe, running out of options, or having to narrow down your options. This is it's gone on long enough. So a communication then, a sacrifice, somebody communicating what they're willing to sacrifice maybe. Third house, it's the hands, arms, shoulders, schools, the colour yellow. So there's it. Oh, Gemini energy, where's it gone? Oh, was that in the other read? Yeah, it was in the other read, sorry. Hands, arms, shoulders, school days, the colour yellow. A communication, siblings, short journeys, learning immediate environment, your neighbours and your manner of speech. So watch what you say and how you say it. The third house embodies the beginning of self-expression. The planets placed here either facilitate or restrict the flow, whereas the sign on the cusp indicates whether communication or confusion can be anticipated. A lot of confusion, I would say. Unless you're face to face, it's very hard to talk to someone and realise what's being said. It's about rationale. The third house describes the concrete function of a person's intellectual process. If there's a strong emphasis on the house in the chart, acquiring new skills will be a motivating factor throughout life. Mercury is the third house of a person's chart, suggesting a natural communicator. But if Saturn is there, learning or communication may be difficult, particularly in early years. So early learning difficulties. Chiron will indicate someone who is deeply wounded by what people say. So again, words hurt. or prevented from speaking a personal truth. I think that's the case. Somebody really wants to say how they really feel, but they're not, they can't do it, or they won't do it. Either way, I'm not sure. So, Pisces in Mercury. Mercury and Pisces, sorry. I always do it the wrong way around, do I? Intuitive communication, so telepathy, imaginative, impressionable, but gullible, deceptive and unfocused. Mercury in Pisces has difficulty with boundaries and confuses emotions with thoughts. So feelings don't mean it's real. Yours again. Cowardice, lack of strength, stagnation, because it's in the reverse. Cowardice above everything. So there's the shackles look. Keeping us shackled, keeping us stuck. It is number 2. It's the wild and fierce beast, so an untamed beast with horns. A formidable ranger of moorland, it fights with its horns. It is a beast of courage, but it's in reversed. Somebody is being cowardly. The ancient primordial being, your gut instinct. It is considered a masculine force. The mighty bull in this case come from confirmation of a theory that's been lost over time. So something that you forgot. A sworn enemy. And Thor with his hammer again. So somebody possibly that worked with a hammer every day. This is about weakness and physical or mental fatigue are indicated, which we've got there, being drained. There may even be an underlying health problem, so perhaps it's time for a checkup or a thorough review of your lifestyle. There is a sense of being overwhelmed by events and not having the will to face it, so heavy burden. Or face reality. When the rune appears in this position, so take care because powerful forces are ranged against you. So, 19 in the reverse, the oak, Taurus again, somebody not speaking the truth, somebody not believing something. So 19 is negative. In the Tarot, it's the sun, it's where somebody's deliberately keeping you in the dark or blocking you. So Taurus there, 19. The planet Jupiter, abundance, so in reverse it would be the lack, and the sun, which is exactly the card it is in the Tarot. The elements of air and earth, so dust storms, somebody muddying the waters. It's one of the most sacred trees in the mysteries, the oak. It's said to be the magical door between worlds, and that door is closed to you. Oak is particularly sacred to the Druids, with their ancient ancestors particularly venerating the oak as mistletoe upon it. The god of the woods in some Celtic mythology is embodied by the Oak King. The archetypal green man is most often seen with an oak leaf face, being manifested of the Oak King, who rules the waxing half of the year and the winter to summer solstice, so 21st of December, 21st of June. Before giving way to the Holly King, the magic of the oak is one of the protection and strength, as well as fertility and abundance. So you're not protected, you're not strong enough, there is nothing can grow here, there's no fertility. Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, in general its nature is beneficial and loving to all people who seek to do good, but it is in reverse. The spirit of oak teaches us when we stand tall on our own 2 feet, which is what we've got to do, and true without yield, so don't give in, when our inflexibility is simply a sign of stretching beyond our current capabilities. We must adapt to survive. While the Oak King is the epitome of strength and vigour, he also knows when it's time in the cycle to yield to the next chapter. Oak helps us only take on what is ours to take on and not shoulder the burden for everybody else, because we will become overwhelmed and break. When the oak is inverted, you should consider withdrawing from any responsibilities or projects that are too much of a burden before you break. This is not a time to be inflexible, but to compromise and know your limit. Let someone else shoulder that burden for now. Know your own strength. So, finally then, the mouse and the buttercup. Innocence. I would add to that naivety. Somebody thinks somebody's innocent maybe, and they're not that innocent at all. 0. The new beginning. The cycle begins again. So, the Fool in the Tarot deck. So 22. The mouse and the buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey, and both remind us that we have much to learn. There we are. Mice are grounded and innocent, yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. So if you want something enough, you'll find a way. The mouse is paired with the humble buttercup, a symbol of childhood and innocence. So again, we've got children in the Mercury and Gemini. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? According to century-old children's game, if the reflection of the flower glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you do like butter. So maybe you do like butter a bit too much. You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not always negative qualities. Instead, they're reminders of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. What do you hope to learn on your new journey, and what potential dangers should you look out for? So, be ready. Thanks for listening. Speak soon.